This is your weekly trip to paradise, Louisiana style, with Gary Risponi, Chef KD, and Lindsay Anderson. Paradise, Louisiana is brought to you by Circle K. Taking it easy, Louisiana State Parks. Follow your outside voice to our parks and historic sites. Farm Bureau Insurance. Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Louisiana Fish Fry Products. Veterans Help Foundation. Relief Windows. Experience. Quality Service. Catering Cajun. Creative catering from casual to corporate. And by CCA Louisiana and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament.
Welcome to this week's edition of Paradise, Louisiana, back at Bedrons in Gonzales.
That's it.
Not far from Cabela's.
Right in my backyard.
Well, you go. You know you're always shopping. You might sneak next door, or you're gonna just sit here and eat this food.
Well, you know I didn't have a big sandwich already. I came in. I got half a sandwich. Guess what? Guess what the other half with?
By the way, I'm Gary Risponi. This week's of Paradise.
Half a sandwich, KD.
KD, we had another busy week. Thank God that we are still busy. We live in Louisiana.
Plenty outdoors.
I made another trip to Grand Isle on an invitation to get to go fishing with the Catering Cajuns. We're going offshore. We wound up at Plan B. I'll tell you more about that later. Also, they had a big suite memorial. A young man that passed away 10 years ago. It had a lot to do with Dream Day and all his buddies. They've been doing this every year now. His name was Jay Giblin, okay? His dad and him are real popular in the city, but all those people you and I know, they gave him a little. They had tons of food, and they did a lot of memories, a lot of talks, a lot of presents they gave out. So I made a little trip there. And also, the rodeos are still going on. Bridgeside, your boy Buggy is hot.
Buggy don't slow down. Well, you know, we had a real busy week with all we had going on. I had a great trip with the kids and all. Didn't catch a lot of fish, but we got the Superstars over 60 airing this week. First one is George Shaheen. George took us out by Black Marsh, and look, we didn't catch big fish, but boy, we sure did have some fun.
Well,
and
I don't have
Cloud
a lot
was
of,
defeated.
I don't have a lot of reports, but there was reports that came out of Creole Classic. Some interesting stories. We talked to Mr. Ricky Robichaud, one of the leaders of the Creole Classic, and also Vice Chairman, coming up with a real big one with the Wounded Warrior Heroes. So stay tuned. We got a lot of news. We got a big, long fishing report. We're going to try to cut it short.
Short up. You watching Paradise, Louisiana, and guess what? Louisiana is God's gift to America because it's amazing. See you in a minute.
Stay tuned for more Paradise, Louisiana. Voted Best of Louisiana Outdoors 3 years in a row.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. We believe you deserve a quality job.
Hi, I'm John Jackson, and you know we always say we gather our groceries out the bayou. Whether it's freshwater, saltwater, catfish, redfish, you have tons of choices when it comes to fish in Louisiana. But when I fry fish, there's only one choice, and that's Louisiana fish fry. My new favorite, the Cajun fish fry, has the perfect amount of cornmeal, corn flour, and the perfect mix of spices that really bring the heat. Hey, if you're craving Cajun, go look for the bright red bag at your local grocers. Bring home the taste of Louisiana with Louisiana Fish Fry.
Celebrate your mom, dad, or grad with a Benny's gift card. They'll feel loved getting their car cleaned inside or out, or getting gas, snacks, their oil changed, and more. Available at any Benny's or bennyscarwash.com.
Hey, welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. Gary, you and I hooked up with one of our old buddies, George Shaheen from Jones Creek Cafe, got out in Bob Black on a late afternoon trip. And let me tell you something, It wasn't great, but it was some good fishing, a lot of small fish. We wore them out in one little spot. George started the Pro Bass Challenge, and then, you know, unfortunately his wife passed away, and he just got backed off on a lot of this, but his passion's still in fishing. We had a great, great day. Y'all check out this little afternoon trip with George, Gary, and KD.
Yeah, he's running. 65 years old, you better slow down, brother.
Come on now. 72K catch me.
I am so happy. I'm in a bass boat. A pretty one at that.
You got that right.
I don't know if we got enough rods. I got all my Revos. They got some Manos.
All right. Now, I'm not a weatherman, okay? There's only a couple little marshmallow clouds in the sky. We got a 5-mile boat ride. By the time we get where the fish have been biting and limited out every day, they're gonna be a black cloud.
Well, if you say so, KD, I'm on your side.
It is what it is.
We got to double team him.
Have you ever been with me and then we didn't catch fish?
No, I have not. I have to be honest. I have never been with you, and we didn't catch some fish.
I'll tell you what, if they got hard heads, look, he can catch hard heads. He wore them out the other day.
That's good. I just saw it.
I don't ever take it out.
There it is, Chef KD.
A Chef KD crankbait, present from Joe Hockey to me. He custom makes and custom paints. You got any of these old baits that you need, you know, old dart or something you want to bring back to life? Hey, get in touch with Joe Hockey, he'll hook you up.
Katie, check the seat back there. That thing is, water's coming in there.
Okay, George, I see that little spot of grass. All right, George.
Yes, sir.
Look at the camera when you talk. At your cat, I want to know, what's the pattern today and what's the pattern been?
Well, a couple of weeks ago I was here and we were catching them on a finesse worm, and we were catching on spinnerbait in the grass. As you can tell, there's a little grass pods down through this canal, and those fish were coming out of the ponds, and I think that was the secret to catching them. So that's what we're going to try here today, and hopefully get a bite or two.
You're gonna wait on the tide to move, right? That's what you.
Yeah, the tide's pulling later on today, and you know, it's been pulling. Well, actually, it's 1 o'clock now, so it's been pulling since about 12. So the other day we were in the same position, and it was working good. So we'll see how it goes.
Get him up. Bring him here. I want to see him breaking water. I see that June bug worm. That's what George made me buy a bunch of them last time I was with him.
Did you bring them?
Huh?
I got them for sale reasonably cheap.
Y'all wouldn't let me bring all my bait.
really tell when the fish are biting. You be chucking a spinnerbait, man, they all over it. Then all of a sudden you're getting these bites and there's nothing there, and they come right off. They're just pulling on the skirt or hitting the spinner. And I mean, that's what, 5? That's what you call a buddy. I mean, look at that. Them 2 little pieces of grass. He left me that cast right between them. I drifted that worm through there.
That's 2 little. There you go. You're still catching fish and I'm not. So I'm gonna go ahead and drink. I'm on camera. You on camera. This ain't enough. Where we going now? Where we going? Where we looking?
Now we got some information on this canal off of Turbine. Back of this dead end back here, there's supposed to be quite a few nice fish. We're gonna see in a minute.
There you go. Get the bread. Get the bread.
6 weeks you catch a fish, it don't matter.
6 weeks? Mama, look at that. Look at George. George got one on the one.
I'll tell you what, it ain't much, but it's a fish.
Hey, Gary, if we had super glue, you'd have a keeper.
Yeah, know what that is? That's a Joe Badron special, baby. Joe Badron special. Rest his soul. He just found it. Let's see. Oh, yeah, he's filet. No, what you say, George?
Filet.
You filet?
He made gumbo.
Oh, wait. They made gumbo. He's made perfect filet.
They're right there.
Whoa!
Look.
They're right there.
You got one. Where's yours at, Kate? Oh, look. Hey. Look at that crab. That's a fish. Now watch it. Look at the crab. Look at the crab in the water too. Look, they're getting a bit bigger. Come on, Katie, keep your camera on me. Katie don't want to put me on camera now. He was eating up lunch the last 2 trips. He ain't keeping the deal. Look at that. He hit it 3 times before he take it. Want to see the bait again? Huh? There you go. Joe Badron special. George.
Sir.
Put the camera on. George, that's why I couldn't sleep last night.
I hear you.
Because you told me you've been in the afternoon.
I'll put you on them.
Put me on him, George. He's going to get it. Look, he's going
I guarantee you. Look at this.
Yeah. He said he'd find them little run out. Why you took so long to bring us here, George?
Well, I mean, I just, I didn't think they were going to start biting till about
George,
this
he
time.
fuss if they're not biting. He fuss if they biting.
No, hold on. He coming in. We want to feel that. Hey, let me tell you what. Y'all been watching Paradise, Louisiana 15 years. I throw fish back with legs. When we keep fish that size, the fillet, they going in the box. And these pros, look, he done got another hit. These pros, they fish these tournaments. These guys are getting old. They ain't got that many tournaments to fish. They better keep some fish. These guys are over there.
We leave him out here.
Yeah.
Listen to that frog. Didn't know what that frog saying? You watching Paradise, Louisiana. Go ahead. Come back tonight and catch me. That's what he's saying. That's what we are.
God knows.
All right. Right off this little drop off here.
All right. I gotta break my crankbait in if you don't catch one.
Come out and hit it way off the drop off. Woo, come on. Come on, got it. Hey, pretty color. That's typical, what they call it in Morgan City, and green trout. See how green they look in the green water? That much.
Yes, sir.
How long was the Pro Bass Challenge?
16
was
years.
there ever one year that we didn't do it, or we just straight through?
1 year we didn't do it, was 2012. and that's when I had heart surgery. And then from then on, we did it till 15 until my wife passed away, and I decided it was too much. And between Jones Creek Cafe and doing the Pro Bass Challenge, it's 2 full-time jobs, and I got too old to do that.
Now you're still having fun, but you're still fishing tournaments.
Well, I'm fishing a few, Gary. I just got back into fishing a little bit here in the last 2 or 3, 4 months, just because my business is where it needs to be, and certainly it's always could be better. But you know, fortunate enough for us, we've got a great crew, and you know, they take care of business, and we're getting our job done.
Guess what? Sounds good. You can take me more often.
I can. I'm happy to take you, especially when I put you on them and you catching them.
That's right.
See there? That's a good thing, because everybody else says you
but
can't
you got to
catch.
give your buddy a shout out too, because he kept on you this week.
Oh, Bill McCarty?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Bill. He tried to put me on some fish this week, and unfortunately they didn't bite. But he probably caught them all the other day, so you know how it is. But he's always letting me know what's going on.
We catching fish. That's KD.
Oh, there he is.
He was a little dog.
Look, here, get that one, baby.
There you go. See there?
Get that
Who
one.
said I was a black cloud? Bring him to the right here. That sun got your face looking dark. That's an anchovy.
Yeah.
All right, now Gary, look what's above us.
Yeah, I know he's over the
A
cloud.
black cloud.
Oh yeah, but he just caught a fish.
Well, I know you have.
But look, the sun came out and made his face black.
Here's a cloud.
Yes,
up there,
in your
and it is
face.
black.
Look at it. It's right over me. You know you love me. I thought it said KD.
Not only does he
said,
need
what
a
you
hearing aid, he might wear glasses.
What you said about that little white bait?
Huh? I told you when I put it on, it was to be spanking them.
That's a marsh.
That's a marsh
Is
bait.
that a fillet?
In your case, yeah.
Okay.
You know, we're talking on the way down here, starting a new little segment. I think you're seeing the first version or the first issue of the new segment, All Stars, Old Timers. George, we're all some old timers here, but you've been around it for a while. I got a nice little fillet here, but man, give me a few of the names that we need to hook up with to do it.
Well, you know, Katie, the thing about this is that we've all been together 25 to 30, 40 years fishing, you know. Guys like Wayne Tucker, John Scavona, Don Bro, Steve Fontana, guys who have been adamant and been doing well in tournaments all these years, you know.
That's it.
And I think it's a great idea. I think as a whole...
How about if we go get Popeye out to old folks' home?
well,
We get him on a trip.
We'd have to have a bottle of whiskey for Popeye, though, to get him out.
What
But
about
yeah.
Tony?
Huh?
Tony
Yeah,
Latina.
Tony, yeah.
Mr. Tony, if you can get up and get rolling, we're going to Delacroix, promise you, before the end of June. Now, that's a promise on camera. You ready for that?
Ah, you bet.
All right.
You watching Paradise?
You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Hey, we've been fishing together for years as you watch the show, but I got my captain's license. I'm ready to take you out to share the kind of experience that I grew up with my family having. Give me a holler, chefkd.com. Don't tell nobody, but we gonna cook and eat pretty good on board. See you soon.
The best part about being a member of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative is that it's your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Hey, welcome back. Have the H&H Tournament Report coming at you. And let me tell you something, bud. Not only saltwater, but freshwater's been hot as a firecracker. Remember, False River, Friday night cookie jar tournament still going on. Call Storm Randall, 937-0489. Bassmaster Elite. All right, went all the way up to Wisconsin fishing the Mississippi River in La Crosse. We had one of our hometown boys, Gerald Sporer, ended out of first place by 1.5 pounds. And I mean, gosh, he had an amazing tournament. He's fishing a big old frog, chucking it on the bank, pulling it out. And those bass in 6 inches of water, I mean, go on Bassmasters and check out the footage. It's amazing. but as it falls out, he came in 4th place. Ish Monroe took 1st place. Jacob Parazovic, 2nd. Randall Thorpe, 3rd. Gerald Sproor came in 4th with a $15,000 payday. Jacob Wheeler came in with 5th. Also Louisiana boys, Cliff Crochet made a $10,000 check for 21st. Hey, our boy who struggled a little bit, Caleb Summerall, New Iberia boy. He came in 48th. That got him a $10,000 check. Look, Tyler Carrier, Greg Hackney, who won the last one, and Robbie Latuso, they just didn't get the bite on. You were locking through a lot of management, but it was an amazing tournament. Congratulations to Gerald. Man, it's just proud to see you do so well, represent yourself. Look, day 3.
I'm glad you didn't mention the bad luck. Like he said, he lost a big fish.
A big fish day 3, and then his first hook set on day 4, the championship day, his rod snaps in 2. And Andy Crawford has a picture of the rod here and the rest of the rod here. Amazing shot.
Where's that out on there?
That's on the Bassmaster report, and you probably pick it up on Louisiana Sportsman.
You know, a lot of times people won't say, you know, whoever that rod manufacturer, you don't want to put a bad mouth on them, but I've had some of the better rods in the world. You nick them, sometimes you don't realize you got it nicked until you put them under a lot of pressure. So you can't blame the rod. I was fishing saltwater one time. I was fishing a jig head, and I had one of my favorite rods back then, the Cordell rod, brand new rod, and I hung up and I did this, where that jig head was coming to me, and I put it like this in front of my head, and it hit that rod right on there and broke it. Right there, it looked like you hit it with a chipping hammer.
Well, look, Gerald's hook set, he would take a northbound mule and spin it around southbound too. That boy got a hook set. Let's go to Media Bass, the Angler of the Year. First place, Shane Edwards of Zachary, Casey St. Romain, Morgan City, Livin Hanneman, Gonzalez, boy came in 3rd, Tracy Gautreaux from Raceland 4th, and Jared Guyban from Livingston came in 5th. But they had the Media Bass singles out of DeSalvin. And Brett Foray out of Homenau, 5 fish, 1635. Joshua Crowd out of French Settlement, 1539. Ricky Mobile, Pierre Port boy, 1485. Hey, that's my old buddy's brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Okay, Broendagel, R.P. Bro, that's his brother-in-law.
Well, Ricky, he used to have it right there at the bridge.
That's it.
At the store.
Winwood Drexler from Generette, he had 1447. And Tara Smith from Prairieville.
We can't figure that out. I don't know if Tara Smith. I know some Smith from Prairieville, a lady that fishes all the time with her husband. I was just wondering if that's a lady. I'd like to see a picture and hear more about her.
We'll find out. Either we might have a typo too.
All right.
Now here's one you qualify to report on.
All right. You're talking about the Liars and Lunkers results? They're getting up pretty good. They had 26 teams arrive at East Pearl River, the boat launch, in the early morning hours of the 24th. If you know that was a windy day.
Was it ever?
You're all over. From Grand Isle to everywhere you went, the wind been blowing since Friday. So, first place was 12 pounds. Gary Henrys and Toby Cooper. Second place was Morgan Chute and Phil Chute. Third place was Tim Bennett and Tim Polk, Caleb Benedette and Tony Bodette. I'm sorry, excuse me there. Fifth place was Charles Dozat and Mac Moore. So all the teams that fished, at least 3 of them, the large tournaments, they're going to be fishing the Summer Series tournaments. They're going to be fishing the Classic coming up. It's going to be at the Lock 1 and the Pearl River. They tell you who to get in touch with if you want to know where you stand. So remember the Liars and Lunkers are putting on their 18th annual Kids Tournament on July 8th at Lock 1. For more information, you can call Chad Hartzog, 985-502-3217. Boomer Shoots.
The big one.
You know, again, thanks to Steve Fontana, but mostly thank his wife, Marcia.
We're going to have to nickname him Mr. Regular. Every time we give results, he's in there.
Well, he didn't place in the tournament. See, he didn't place in the tournament. Right there, the 4th place. I know, but I told you, he always comes in 1st or 2nd.
Oh, okay. Don't count 4th, huh?
I know.
Man, I'm happy to see 4.
That's like my brother Sammy and Don Dubuque and Coach Saban they get blind, deaf, and dumb after first place.
Man, look, them boys stayed out and buy it. Man, I smiled for a week with fourth place. Yeah, man, fourth place pretty good.
Well, yeah, we got money to it. First place, Brad Terrio and Nancy Ross. Second place was Terry and Dylan Tempanera. Tempanera, good Italian boys. And third place was Brad Bowie and Chuck Ballard. Fourth place, Gene Andre and Steve Fontana. Big fish was Brad Bowie and Chuck Ballard, 4.33. The big story.
One we missed last week now, a Hargrove tournament. We know
Wait, I'm not through yet.
Oh, you got more stories?
No, he gave me the final winners.
Oh, okay, for the year?
And they're the kids. The team, the biggest weights of the year, Steve Fontana and Gene Andre.
That's Mr. Regular.
That's right. So they were the overall. That's why that first and second and thirds always add up. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Kate.
Oh, that's all right. We didn't have all the results from Hargrove last week. Well, Paula Patey sent us the results, and look, they're ready. They hooked up. They booked it for next year. They had as tough a fishing condition as you could ask for. Good buddy of mine, he worked with Hargrove, and Jared Santini, he said, man, let me tell you something. I'm from Grand Isle. It was a tough weekend. The results are Speckled Trout, Trad A-Bear, 322. Jared Pennison, Redfish, 7.3. Bull Red, Mike White, 3150. Biggest Trash Fish, Emma Baquet, 25.4. Red Snapper, 19.1. Mason Hollis. And biggest fish was Robbie Karras with a 77.2 pound yellowfin tuna.
Them last two were good anywhere you go.
Anywhere you go, you better know it. You know, at tournaments, we got one of the big granddaddies, the Golden Metafushon Tarpon Rodeo. I mean, it's there at Moran's Marina. Hey.
July 5th to July the 7th, and don't forget about it.
So this year is our 70th annual Golden Metafushon Tarpon Rodeo. Going to be held July 5th through the 7th at Moran's Marina. New for this year, in 2018, we're adding swordfish to the Blue Water Division. The other new thing we're happy to announce is that we wanted to bring more kids' activities to the tent. So this year we have Game on Wheels, which is basically an 18-wheeler, self-contained, air-conditioned, multiple flat-screen TVs, latest games from Xbox, PlayStation, and Wii. For kids to play, can handle up to 28 kids at one time. It'll be available the entire weekend of the rodeo for kids to have something extra to do at the rodeo this year. So a ticket includes, adult ticket is $35, a children's ticket is $20. On an adult ticket, it includes a ditty bag, and it also includes a shrimp ball dinner on the Saturday afternoon, evening of the rodeo. So to find out more information about the rodeo, you can look us up on FushonTarpon.com. You can also like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram.
But you got a couple neat little notes right here, Gary.
Well, I got notes. I can tell you I made the trip right there at Britside Marina and talked to them. The Creole Classic going on. I got to talk to Ricky Robichaud. Ricky had been there a long time. In fact, his family used to own the buildings right there at Britside. You know, the families worked together between the Gasparts and them. Had been there a long time. Ricky's my age, maybe a little bit older, but he don't look it. But he not only was up there on the board and the chairman with Creole Classic for all these years, he is also the vice chairman of Wounded Warrior Heroes, which is next week. I got him to talk to him a little bit, and I also got an interview, a strange interview with a young man. The name is Doug Borres that won the speckled trout. He drove all the way. He does it every year, the Creole Classic. He caught that fish in Pearl River. Let him tell you the story and what's the status about this story. So here we go right now with the interviews from Grand Isle, Louisiana at Britside Marina. With the Creole Classic. What year is this one? 30 what?
34th year of the Creole Classic.
Mr. Dickie Robichaud got history right here on this land where we're at. Mr. Dickie, your family here has been here, part of the Gaspard family, and everything is going on. You got this rodeo, but you got a bigger one coming up next week.
Yes, sir.
And you vice chairman, the Wounded Warrior Hero.
Yes,
Remember Watson and all those people have been doing it for going on their 11th year.
Yes, sir. Sure is.
Tell us a little bit about the Creole Classic. And who does it benefit?
The Creole Classic was originated in Leeville, and we moved it here in when my family owned this place, and then we made a big thing out of it that we started collecting money from different people. The oil field, I was an oil field person. They supported us. We started coming up with charities to donate to, and now everything we raise here goes to charities. We auction items. Even three items will get auctioned tonight. Excuse me. That'll go to the Wounded War Heroes organization. But, you know, Make-A-Wish Foundation, every foundation, St. Jude Hospital, we give to all the things that we know the money that we give will be used for the people, not for the board. Like our organization, 100% of our money goes to the disabled veterans, not to the board, the party, and all that stuff.
I've been involved for years when I've helped when it first started with Wounded War Heroes and all that y'all through. Now, that thing has grown very big. Somebody told me y'all got 35 Wounded Warriors coming
next weekend we'll have 55 wounded veterans. 55? Fishing in the rodeo, okay? But we'll probably have anywhere from 10 to 15 that come to help put it on, okay? So, and our organization now is 190 disabled veterans from all over the country.
Yeah. Next week, that's invitation only, but they'll be here. It'll be tents, everything going on. There'll be a fundraising, raffles. So if you're in Grand Isle, don't miss it. Come and see it. Mr. Dickey, thank you for what you do. And that's your main drive right now, Wounded Warrior Heroes.
I'm retired, and that's all I'm doing, helping disabled veterans. Yeah. And anybody's welcome here to come thank them guys what they did for this country.
Well, Mr. Dickey and I, we were playing the fishing trip with him and his kids. We were on a boat a few years ago, and we're having so much fun with the film that come out right, but we're going to do it again.
We're looking forward to it. Thanks again.
This is just a quick holler from Richside Marina. We're here at the Creole Classic. Doug Voorhees, where you from, Doug?
Ocean Springs, Mississippi.
Ocean Springs, Mississippi. He come over here for the Classic. He was fishing right out of the Pearl River, where everybody over there fishing this weekend, fighting west wind, came over here, gonna have a winning trout. Weight what, 7 what?
7.52.
And no belly on it at all. It's unbelievable. You know, the whole story is, Doug is never registered for the star, and everybody came, they've been telling him, sort of wipe a smile off his face for being a winner. He said, you know, that would be a leader in the star here in the Central Part of the state. So
that's what they were telling me, yeah.
7 pounds.
Never know.
What you caught him on?
Croaker, live croaker.
Live croaker. And fishing Carolina rig? Or?
Just free lining, yes sir.
Well, congratulations, Doug.
Thank you.
And then my condolences. Yeah. You gonna go sign up for the star?
Absolutely.
You watching Paradise, Louisiana.
You're definitely welcome to come next weekend to the Wounded War Heroes Rodeo. Anybody, come tell our veterans thank you for their service, and just let them show that we respect them and we honor them, and we want them to be like us. We want to put them in the outdoors. So please come.
The perfect event calls for the perfect spread of authentic Cajun cuisine. And Catering Cajun has the planners, packages, and chefs to ensure your event is long remembered. For weddings, corporate lunches, or anything in between, give us a call.
There's no better way to cool down this summer than with a delicious thirst-quenching Polar Pop Cup from Circle K. The Polar Pop Cup is the coolest way to beat the heat. Fill your Polar Pop Cup up with the flavors you crave in crushed or cubed ice. Nothing stays cold longer, so you can stay refreshed all day long. Stop in Circle K today for an ice-cold Polar Pop Cup. Polar Pop Cup, only at Circle K. Take it easy.
Hey, welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. We had a little bit of the black cloud hit your crew when you went down there with the Catering Cajuns team. Tell us about what happened at Grand Isle.
Well, I went to Grand Isle. They had a rough day when I got there Friday, but they caught a bunch of snapper when they got out there and they roughed it. Donnie McNulty and his son Donnie and Galen Frank, they're there. Some of the other people from, I'm trying to take his name, Robbie, somebody, he was with the Louisiana Seafood Exchange. They had some of their clients, and they were all going to make offshore. Well, guess what? A mile and a half out, the seas had already got to about 5 or 6 foot, and we're pounding with that at that big boat. So we decided to make a go, come back in, go cut, fish the beaches, even though it was rough, and we wound up catching a few small redfish and had a good time and talk about it. But those guys are hard working. They're all in the food business. Every time they would talk about something, I think about you. One of the guys that was over there with Cisco, he was telling me how much used to go in your cafe, and you had a lady by the name of
Rosalie Jackson.
And he said she was such a darling. She make all the orders. She ran that thing, and he never let him leave without food. So let's go make a trip. And you see, it wasn't all the black cloud. It was rough for 3 days, and it was rough after I left. So here we are again with the guys from Catering Cajun. Don D and his son, Don D. These are the big ones.
Well, we tried. This wind has let us in, let us out, and we're back in again. Not a whole lot of fish today, but we sure gave it a good try. We're doing our best trying to fight the wind and catch a trout or two, and just hadn't been cooperating with us today. But it's been fun, good fellowship, and we've enjoyed the day.
Galen, you've been fishing this coast all over.
My whole life.
Your whole life. You're originally from Baker, right?
Yes, sir. From Baker.
You work for Cisco?
I work for Cisco.
How long you been with Cisco?
Been 33 years. Been with Cisco Foods out of New Orleans.
You must have started when you was 18, huh?
I started when I was 16, actually. Yeah.
But, Galen, at all the places you fish right now, in this dead of summer, what's your favorite place to fish?
I've been fishing Grand Isle probably my entire life. I fished some other places on the Louisiana coast, but I keep migrating back to Grand Isle. It's just a place I love, and I'm more familiar with the spots here. Not today, but more familiar with the territory in Grand Isle. I just love Grand Isle.
You entertain a lot of people, a lot of restaurants in all your life, and you probably got a network of restaurants and people in the catering business and the food business, huh?
Absolutely.
Name a few of them you've been fishing with all your life and you're closest to.
Well, we got, of course, the Cajun, Catering Cajun guys with Dondi and Wayne Stabler and his guys out there. They always do a fantastic job of catering.
They put you on fish sometimes?
No, they don't know where the fish are. They never put us on fish. They look for me to put them on the fish.
I cannot believe it. You're going to say that right there?
Yeah, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it sitting in the man's boat, but I hadn't caught but one fish today, so.
One keeper?
One keeper. Anyway, we've
you had so many redfish coming in right now, you could have filled up.
Well, we could have put them all together and would have had a nice 16-inch redfish, but we didn't know how to merge them all together. But we've had a good fun day today.
You heard the reputation of Black Cloud.
Yes, sir. And
before you ever went out this morning, we started to go offshore.
We made it a mile.
You believe that? You heard that about the Black Cloud?
I have heard that, and I saw it firsthand today. Where we got out a mile, we got 5-foot seas.
More like a black cloud.
It was the Black Cloud for sure.
Well, one thing, the food was great.
The food couldn't have been any better, I don't think. But we had some catfish and shrimp and frog legs and hush puppies, and I don't know what else we had, but it was also good. And
we're gonna go to that little party tonight with Jay Giffin, and I'm gonna probably go ride through the island after a while after I take a nap and go see the East Ascension Sportsman League got their saltwater excursion. It's really interesting to know what anybody else caught in fish today.
Well, I'm sure there's somebody caught a bunch of them. It just wasn't us.
I don't believe it.
It just wasn't us today. It wasn't our day. But we're surrounded by a lot of good friends and good people, and that's what it's all about.
Look,
getting out and doing
I'm going to shake your hand because I've been seeing you running and been knowing of you, but we sure got a lot of common friends.
We do. We do.
Is it because we're old?
It's old. When you lived as long as we have, we run into a lot of people.
Come from North Baton Rouge?
North Baton Rouge.
I always take pride of my North Baton Rouge roots.
I was a North Baton Rouge boy and then moved up to Baker even further north, so I'm always north. But yeah, I grew up in Baton Rouge and moved to Baker and graduated from Baker High School 100 years ago.
Dante.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, one thing I noticed this morning is that when it was bad, we was coming in. You got a good buddy, Rob Walker, Louisiana Seafood Exchange.
Yeah.
I was excited about it. He's a cut-up. We was on the boat this morning for the wind. Man, you know, I was looking excited, but you put him in another boat. Why'd you do that?
Well, this morning started out, I didn't know if he was going to make it with us this morning, the way he got up this morning, moving slow. His eyes were about half closed, but he came out and we tried to make a run for it outside to catch some snapper. But he's a cut-up, he's a good guy, but we had to put him in another boat because I want to go catch some fish today. And the way he talks and don't stop, I don't know if we'll ever get a line in the boat.
I fell in love with him though. Rob, we're gonna do another show with you too. I hope it's short.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He supplies us with our seafood at all our restaurants in Baton Rouge and our catering company. But he and I have been friends for many years, and we fish together, we hunt together, and we have a good time. Good guy.
Good deal.
My neighbor Tony, he looked at me and said, "Man, you're crazy. You're about to leave out in this weather." And I said, "Sir, I have a tag fish to go catch."
I won this beautiful boat catching a tag redfish in Venice, Louisiana.
There's 100 redfish waiting. It all starts Memorial Day weekend. Sign up today.
Berkley Power Bait Max Set. Outfishes original power bait by 45%. Disperses a supercharged scent field that attracts more fish and triggers more strikes. Power Bait Max Set. Fish bite and won't let go.
Hey, welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. Lindsay, we miss you, but she's working so hard today she couldn't make it over here to us. Guys, this is the end of June. Your fishing license will expire. Renew your fishing license. Don't forget.
Even your senior license, even though it ain't but $5, you need to renew it.
Got to renew it. Also, the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries, go to their website. They're taking applications in 2018 teal hunts out there at White Lake Wetlands. That's a WCS, Wildlife Management Area in Vermilion Parish. They're taking those through July 25th. You're interested, go to their website and sign up. Now, you know we send out surveys. Wildlife and Fisheries ask questions. Everybody wants to know, what do you think? Well, James Bonnet sent this in on the red snapper, and it's an interesting tape.
John Bonnet, he lives up there in Shreveport, and he was going back to last year what happened when they were moving the seasons around, and they moved it to just a weekend. You know, he trailered his boat. You know, if you come from Shreveport to Venice, that's about 7 hours. So he drives all over there, and he gets there, he learned it was just a weekend. He trailed his boat all there, 5-day fish for a 5-day fish, and he arrived on Monday only to learn the season had been changed. So you know what he went through. But his concern is, he says, they're keeping the totals up. He says, let me read part of it. He says, I was able to fish for red snapper one day before having to return home. If I could have afforded a charter, I could have fished, okay, because it's rules back then. But I was unable to afford a charter. The Wildlife Fisheries is reserving the right to change the season on weekends only when the number of fish nears 743,000 pounds. I find it very unfair for anglers who either work or on weekend anglers that live in northern part of the parish. I would like to see a proposal for a maximum number of fish an angler can harvest. Now, all his ideas, he says something similar to the deer harvest, you know, 2 a year, whatever, turkey harvest. You know, it sort of makes sense.
It'd
but
be
he
hard
did
to
the right.
enforce. It'd be probably impossible, but it's a good start and it's a good idea.
But he did the right thing. I sent him back an answer, and I sent it to you. You know, contact the Wildlife and Fisheries. They're always looking for people to give input, ideas, or whatever. He did that. Good luck. Let's see whatever happens.
Hey, we'll be right back with just a little bit more Paradise, Louisiana. Stay tuned.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. We believe you deserve a quality job.
The perfect event calls for the perfect spread of authentic Cajun cuisine. And Catering Cajun has the planners, packages, and chefs to ensure your event is long remembered. For weddings, corporate lunches, or anything in between, give us a call.
Ask me about my Tempur-Pedic.
Ask me how fast I fall asleep.
Why not talk to someone who's sleeping on the most highly recommended bed in America?
Ask me about staying asleep.
Tempur-Pedic owners are more satisfied than owners of any traditional mattress brand.
Ask me how it feels after 10 years.
Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America.
Ask about Tempur-Pedic at Olin's, where you know you always get the guaranteed low price. Olin's is the only store in Baton Rouge and Lafayette with the full line of Tempur-Pedics.
Hey, welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. Berkeley, Abu Garcia Fishing Report. A lot of fishing going on in the state. If y'all noticed, these beautiful pictures that we've used this week, we keep getting them in, please keep sending them. Well, Teal Beal from Lafayette with a beautiful sunrise or sunset, I wasn't sure, I think it's a sunset, taking it to point. And then Galen Frank sent that gorgeous picture in Grand Isle with a sunset through a wine glass. It was an empty wine glass, so I'm sure it was just a little bit prettier. Spillway, Sockeye are turning on. In the middle, West Fork, Byalone. Look, I had reports of people sitting anchored, catching 100 sockeye. I loaded up the kids and grandkids and went to the point. I know it, I know I wasn't lied to. The next day I couldn't get bit. So it's still fishing.
I know you found something. Knowing KD, you found something.
We had 15 sockeye, about 20 brim, a couple catfish. So the day they didn't bite, we did okay.
Boy, that'll fill a Cajun pot.
That's 3 kids, 3 grandkids, and myself. So that was a challenge in itself. Only had blood drawn one time, so that was real good. Also, all around the area in the Catfish Cowan, they're catching fish, but the water's dropped out. You got to get there really early. Hoopo's got some sockeye. Once the boats run up and down all day and muddies up, it's really tough. Toledo Bend, biggest lunker in a couple of years caught by Mike Carrier of Church Point. I wonder if that's Ken Tyler that's fishing the Elite Series. 12.40 pound bass that he caught in May. That's pretty serious, all right?
Biggest in 2 years.
Biggest in 2 years. Dal Tarver and Steve Lacaz and Saline Lake, they were drift fishing with Chinas kind of out towards the middle of the lake. Beautiful, beautiful stringer of fish.
I asked him was a spider rig. He didn't quite tell me, but they are drifting. You better believe they got more than one pole out.
Yeah, I would.
And they are using shiners. That's usually the ammo and the info they use when they fish. I've done Celine, the spider rig, and fished 3 or 4 times.
Oh yeah.
People don't think it ain't that fun. They say I want to hit each individual. There ain't a bad way to catch sockeye, and they're always putting them in a boat.
It's an art too. It's an art form.
I better believe.
Now look, John Bernard took out Larry, Raleigh, and Hudson Blundell. Look at these beautiful brim that they caught near Grassy Lake last week.
You know, he's running sometime from me. He runs north. He runs south. He's finding. He's been sending us reports, so we want to give him a shout out. Thank you, John, for sending those reports. You're telling us where and when and everything, and that's what makes our show a little bit different. I don't say it better.
I had to pick on a buddy of mine, Jared Santini, my buddy from Grand Isle. We got out of church yesterday, and he said, man, I want to go fishing. I said, yeah, well, let's go. So we ran out to the spillway, go sockeye fishing. Muddy, 20 foot of mud along the banks. We managed probably a dozen sockeye, 20 brim, and the last little bit of the day, I said, man, look, the wind laid down. It's going to quit pushing the water in. We started bass fishing. We ended up catching about 8 bass, caught a couple pretty fish. But the picture I'm going to show Jared, he caught a brim. Now check this out. Now that's fishing a 2-inch grub. That's a 2-inch perch. So I figured he'd have to just kind of live with the record of keeping the littlest fish we showed on Paradise, Louisiana a long time. Now saltwater, good Lord, man. Island Marina, tell us about what's going on down there.
Well, the Island Marina, Miss Angie has sent us a lot. Tons of pictures, tons of people have come over there. It just turned on. She's been waiting on this. My son-in-law and my first cousin, Glenn Galena, they've been bringing their boat down there. He's going to put his boat there. Went to my camp. They went out with Clinton DeOmas on Saturday. Game on. From the time they started to the time they fished, live shrimp. He ran south. He went off the intercoastal, finding grass. The bass were crazy. The bass, they limited out. In no time, Then they started limiting out on reds. They caught one speck. They didn't fish for a speck. They went back and run out of shrimp. They come back, and they caught one sheephead. It's in all these pictures that she sent us. We had a lot of kids fishing there, Bob in there, but Clint, you're doing a tremendous job. I got about 2 or 3 more trips coming up with Clint the Almas. He's one of those captains. If you're looking for a captain, not expensive, good place. They got live bait, anything you want, information. Even if you bring in your boat, you call Miss Angie or David Stewart, Island Marina. Don't forget them. Now you say, what's they doing for you? They do exactly what they're doing for me right now. They're not paying me, but they sending people. I send down there and they putting them on fish. You better believe it.
Look at here. My good buddy Gene Hoover. That's a picture of his son Cody, who looks like a Plum Mountain man. I mean, Cody's a strapping man. I can tell you what, Gene was a strapping guy in his younger days too. Still is, just got a few extras of Gene that he didn't have when he was younger. But, you know, John Topley is always telling me about catching all these big monster fish and bull red down there below the Brady and all. A buddy of mine went with him. He said, look, I thought he was kidding. Half a cut perch on a number 10 circle hook. First fish, 25 pounds, big old cat. Second fish, Tony said, he set the hook, over 35-pound cat. Said they had nothing to put it in, net it and put it on the dock. John's telling us the truth down there. They got some monsters down there.
Okay, they got one now. Another one getting us reports coming from the Southwest, the troutmouth charters. He said coming from Hackberry. He's another one that they finally turning on. He had a great week of fishing in the Calcasieu Lake, but mostly redfish again.
Well, Herc said the same thing.
The wind is too much. There's just too much wind. Yeah, and all them captains, you know, they were struggling in Grand Isle.
We got another full moon. They're going to have another batch of trout moving into this weekend when that wind lays down.
Let me give them the bait. Most of the redfish were caught on either fresh, live, shrimp, under a cart, up against the rocks, up against the bay, just like we did when we fished with troutmouth charters. And top water, when they are catching some trout, when the wind lay down, they catching trout. But the wind ain't laid down in a long time. He said, Mirror Lure, Little Johns, and glowing chartreuse, blue moon continue to be the best colors. Thank you again, Clint. Keep in touch.
Hey, we're going to be right back, close this rascal out for another week. Y'all stay tuned.
For generations, anglers from across the globe have put their trust in Abu Garcia. Because out here on the water, we know our science is your religion. Fish like a fanatic with the latest generation of Revo. Featuring up to 24 pounds of max drag. Designed for leverage and power. Built on corrosion resistance and comfort. World-class adventure awaits with Revo. Abu Garcia for life.
In Louisiana, our state parks are the perfect family destination. With nearly 180 miles of trails through park grounds and historic sites, you can endlessly explore nature, try some kayaking or world-class fishing, then find the perfect campsite or settle into a cozy cabin. Louisiana is calling, and she's using her outside voice. Plan your escape today at www.lastateparks.com.
Okay, Brett, safety and car insurance.
Never scored a safety. That's defense. But go on, please.
Yeah, defensive. That's exactly how you should drive.
There is no such thing as a defensive drive. Offense makes the drive.
Oh, I mean when you're on the road.
But it doesn't matter, home or away.
Okay, clearly I'm striking out here.
That's baseball.
Get great auto rates from Farm Bureau Insurance. Call your agent today.
Woo, boy.
Back up, here we are again. We got a couple things we want to have a little shout out at the end of the show. We usually end it on the fishing report, but something special. Lynn Rollins, 4 or 5 times broadcaster of the year, used to be the voice of the Tigers on CST, covering basketball, baseball, volleyball, gymnastics.
Even more famous, the voice of Paradise, Louisiana.
You hear his voice on Paradise, Louisiana for a bunch of years, but let me tell you what, more important like that, he's been on Paradise, Louisiana. If he getting close to retirement age, you're going to see a lot more of him. He get his dog, he hunts. Him and his brother, they do a lot of hunting. They got leases all over. Loves to fish, great fisherman, great Great guy to be with. Great stories about outdoors, about athletes in general. All the athletes he's met. He's going in the Hall of Fame this week in Natchitoches, the Sports Hall of Fame. Also going at the same time as Jack Haynes. Jack Haynes, you saw him a few months back. His grandson fished at St. Thomas More. Jack Haynes was the first Louisiana angler before Boyd Dowden and all them others. He was the first Louisiana angler to win the Bassmaster Classic. Still looking in great shape, had his cowboy hat. And I hate to say we were trying to set up a trip to lead them in and things were getting too busy, but it won't be long. We're gonna have me and Lynn and maybe you, and we're gonna have all them Hall of Famers in the boat with us. So shout out, Glenn. We love you. You deserve every honor you can get and pay even more. And now I got my buddy on side of me. He amazes me every day. I'm gonna tell you, so many of y'all come up saying how much y'all enjoy being back, seeing KD on TV and listening to stories. But let me tell you what, he does what he tells you about. He not only does he talk the walk, he walks the walk. He's got a guide service right now, and I can't tell you how many times he's put me on Sac-A-Lait. If you go to the Delacroix and now in the Grand Isle area, he's been fishing there with his dad and everybody since he's a boy. He got his guide service, and he's doing it.
I'm actually heading down to
Captain,
Grand Isle.
what do you want me to call you, Chef KD or Captain KD?
I don't know. Just sign a check, man. No, I'm going to be in Grand Isle. I'm actually going down all the way through the Ford. And I'm not booked, but I'm going down there to help Chris and him with the tournament. So if y'all down there and all the guides are booked up, hey, give Chef KD a call, 225-205-2665. I guess you can just take that advertisement off my check. That'll work. Hey,
email me or call me. I'll get you in touch with him, too.
We love you. Thanks for watching Paradise.
If I can find him, he ain't in the water.
Hey, that's where God put me.
I love you.
Hey, we love y'all. We'll see you next week.
Paradise, Louisiana is brought to you by Circle K. Taking it easy. Louisiana State Parks. Follow your outside voice to our parks and historic sites. Farm Bureau Insurance. Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Louisiana Fish Fry Products. Veterans Help Foundation. Relief Windows. Experience. Quality Service. Catering Cajun. Creative catering from casual to corporate. And by CCA Louisiana and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament.